there, guys, and welcome to another Factorio Friday Facts discussion number 320, color correction. I'm Xterminator. Thank you for joining me, and unfortunately, we are not joined by Bombug today. Not quite sure what happened, but was not able to arrange it with him as planned, but hopefully next week. So this is a really good one. These are some fantastic improvements. So this is written by Albert and V. Both are GFX guys. So basically, Factorio is in a state that even though it is not yet finished, it is very close to its 1.0 version, which is awesome news. That means that most of the work is done and we are polishing the game in order to make it bright. That's what we've been doing for the past 2 weeks, literally making it bright. Since years I wanted to do this post-production work, but I didn't dare do it until most of the graphics were finished, which obviously makes sense. I was afraid of breaking the consistency of the look and our production pipeline. Now it's different. There's only a couple entities to redesign and some other stuff to do, but in general, these missing details are not affecting the possibility of working in the post-production. As we all know, basically, Factorio is a dark game. Conceptually, all these things about industrializing planet, polluting entire world just for the sake of the factory, and killing all its inhabitants are not precisely happy concepts full of light. This old article could explain better any thoughts regarding this concept, so there's a link here. I'm actually kind of interested. We don't have to read this, but something for the creeper. It's written in 2015. I don't even remember this. I don't know if I was not doing Friday Facts at this point, so that's why I don't remember. I don't even know if I was playing at that point. I think I was, yeah. So you can read that if you want. But the look of the game was too dark, so we cleaned it up without betraying its spirit, like restoring an old painting. So basically here's one of these cool things where you can drag this to see the difference. So basically on the right is how the game currently is. So this is basically what the game looks like currently. And this is the improvement they made. So it's very slight, and I don't even know if you'll be able to see it on the video due to YouTube compression. But it is very slightly lighter on this left-hand side. Not so much that it's annoying or makes the game look out of place, but just enough so it doesn't look quite as dark and dull. Let's scroll down a little bit and see here. So right side is how it is. You can really tell on this is simpler, the difference here. Just kind of brightens the whole thing up, which I really like. Like I said, the difference is super subtle, but very effective. We added more light, a little bit of color saturation. Adding these general changes to the entire sprites collection is not an easy task. Many sprites were badly affected by general correction. V was fixing individually the broken sprites and icons in order to keep consistency with the new context. Man, I feel for V here. It's a lot of work fixing them individually. Oh my goodness. We took the chance to work on the terrain a bit further. Not only this color correction was applied, but the contrast and integration with other terrains was also improved. Also experimenting with the color of the trees, trying to achieve a more colorful feeling with the excuse of an alien planet. I have to say the alien biomes mod was opening my mind a little to experiment with the color a bit further. I'm really glad they're doing this. I said this before on multiple occasions, not necessarily in Friday Facts. Well, in Friday Fact videos too, but in a lot of my content, that Alien Biomes is one of my favorite mods and something I wish they would introduce to some extent in the game. Simply because, I feel that the Factorio terrain is very boring. It's a lot better than it used to be, don't get me wrong. But, and I know it's not supposed to be a super pretty, colorful, happy game, kind of as discussed earlier, and the background isn't really the main focus. But in my experience, playing with alien biomes just naturally really enhances my immersion in the game. Just having some variety besides brown, gray, green, dark green, tan basically, or almond or whatever. It just having that variety for me personally really enhances my experience and immersion in the game. So I'm glad they're going in this direction. I feel personally, I would like them to go further. Maybe not quite to the extent of alien biomes, just because I know they wouldn't be comfortable with that because it's pretty crazy. I'd be happy with it, but I feel like they're in the right direction. So as you can see, huge difference. So what we have currently, not very exciting. A lot of greens, browns, and some sort of tannish light brown for the cliffs. Come over this way, it's brighter. We got some neat looking blue trees, blue teal trees. Got a purple one in there, some more red trees. If we look up here, you can see a very big difference. It's just like less like grayed out. I like it a lot. Like I said, maybe not as much as I would personally like as an end result, but way better than what we had before. Like this just, I love this so much. It's just so much more colorful, so much more life to things. Really, really happy with this improvement. In order to break this general brown feeling, we added a more orange tonality to the sand biome. Like I mentioned, here's where you can see the difference more. Going further to the saturated colors is dangerous. After all, the terrain is a background that should provide a good and comfortable contrast with the entities and icons. Totally makes sense. Probably why they don't want to go like full alien biomes. And then down here, touching terrain colors means touching map colors. Also, we were very keen to keep the visibility of the map and information and similarity with the terrain. The result is a more vibrant look on the entire game. So that's for down there. Up here, you can see this is definitely kind of a more brightish brown orange color. Way better. Like I said, this is like really boring. I mean, we've gotten used to it, but this just doesn't look super great. This, while not like a complete color change, just looks way nicer in my opinion. It just kind of stands out a little more, but not like too much. So huge improvement here. Probably one of my favorites is the map difference. Look at this. This is what we get now. It's like it looks like a mud puddle with some leaves in it or something. And in this, huge difference. Like, look at this difference. Massive. And the trees. Like, it's really hard to spot trees, especially in green areas now. But now, well, I say now twice, meaning different things. But in this updated version, you can very clearly see these, like, forests and groves. Whereas over here, it's really difficult, especially, like, right here. It's just, like, blicky, like, yucky colors. This is so nice. I love this so much. I think the map view is probably one of my favorite of these changes. We tweaked the night also. Thanks to Postilion Waybags, we can use LUT's lookup tables to dynamically modify the colors instead of playing with the alpha channel of a solid black layer on top of the game. Now we can gradually move to a different color palette for night with more color. So the colors are losing their saturation, becoming more blue and cold. This is important because part of the annoying darkness of the game comes from this black layer. As you can see, not entirely sure which is which. I'm going to assume the one on the left is the old version? Or maybe that's the new version. Based on previously, I would say on the left is the new one. To be honest, I'm not a fan with this. I feel like this is what we currently have, right? And this is like the new iteration. I'm not really a fan. I think it makes things very difficult. I mean, part of it's because the locomotive is blue, but like, I don't know, this whole like bluish tint, I'm not really a fan, personally. I mean, it doesn't help that it's basically on blue belts and a blue locomotive and potentially a blue station. But yeah, I mean, over here, like, it looks okay. But where there's no lights and stuff, it makes it like really difficult for me to see. Unless it's the reverse. I'm not really sure, but based on these all being the new version on the left, I would assume that this is the same. So I don't know. Yeah, this one I'm not really a fan of, but like they say right here, we're still experimenting with them. The transitions of day-night cycles, I'm pretty sure also that I will have to touch the map colors for some missing details and fine-tuning. Possibly there is some entity that is not in its best shape with these new color palettes, and maybe we can keep tweaking the terrain. I feel very confident with these additions. I'm very sure that these changes will improve the experience of playing Factorio after playing with these colors. The feeling is good. I hope you see it the same way. So, yeah, I would love if they continue tweaking the terrain, maybe making some more colorful trees, little different terrain colors, make it seem more alien-ish, but I love all these except this. And like they said, they're still experimenting. So, you know, I'm not saying this is set in stone or anything. I know it's not, hopefully, because, yeah, I'm really not a fan of this look personally. It could just be like my eyes or just that it's on like a blue background and it's more of a blue tint. I mean, it's more colorful, don't get me wrong. Like, this is just like gray. This is kind of more, I don't want to say vibrant, like just like a more ambient ambiance in a way. But I don't know. It just like makes it really more difficult for me to see things personally. So updating mods. By changing the colors of all game graphics, most mods are going to look out of place. We used scripts to apply LUTs to most of the images, and one such script is ready for mod authors to clone and download here. Man, the devs are watching out for everybody. Together with the information of which LUTs were used for which sprite sheet and the game data, with the exception of terrain tiles, electric wires, and combinators, which were adjusted manually. For technical support, don't hesitate to contact me directly. You'll get quick reply by messaging me on the Factorio Discord. Yes, V is very active on Discord. And a pleasure to talk to. So if you have problems as a mod author, let him know. And we still have some work to do on LUT, so they aren't going to be ready for release for another short while. Makes sense. Man, like how awesome! Like how many games do you know of where the devs are just like, hey, we made a change. Mod authors, if you have an issue, like updating, just like directly message us. I mean, like there's some like other small indie games I've seen that are like that, but like that's so rare and just yet another testament to how great the Factorio devs are. Yeah, super great. I really am a fan of every single one of these except this one which I mentioned, and I'm sure they will improve on it. Maybe I'm not the only one, or maybe I am the only one. I don't know. But anyway, guys, I would love to hear your thoughts below, and leave your thoughts for the devs and such on the forums and Reddit as always. And until next time, that's going to do it. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you all.